Hello and welcome. Over the next couple minutes we're going to talk about benching, specifically Confer. We're shooting on site in Trendway's Holland, Michigan showroom. So when we talk benching, it is something that is very, very important. 70% of open plan offices have some sort of benching in it, whether it's a small little station that they want maximum collaboration or the whole floor plate in a benching scenario. When you think benching, what you think is what you kind of see in front of me. Very basic, two-sided, a simple division of space, some storage on the outside. This is all the Confer product, and we can very much do this setup with Confer. But what sets Confer apart is basically all the flexibility. We can have height adjustability, fixed height, screens, all sorts of divisions of space. Basically all the flexibility that you're going to need in a benching scenario and setup and platform. So walk with me and let me show you what we have to offer. So let's talk about what makes Confer Confer. As we said, Confer is all about flexibility and options for you. So first off, Confer has the ability to be single-sided or double-sided. And what I mean by that is double-sided is you have a worker here and across from you. Single-sided is that you're going to have a worker just on one side. What makes Confer unique in this scenario is that, as you see here, we have a dual-sided and a single-sided off of one platform. That's incredibly unique. So in this case, if you want a relaxed meeting area like you see here, you can do that. Next off, height adjustability and fixed. In the first setup, we saw it all in a fixed height scenario. The beautiful thing with Confer is that it's off the same platform. You can start with all fixed height and move to height adjustable surfaces as needed. Next, it's all about privacy and division of space. From worker to worker across from each other, we have fabric screens. These are fixed height, which attach right to the channel itself. The way you get side-to-side division of space is the end and mid support panels. Whether you want them short, wide, tall, skinny, whatever the case, you can do that. Last but not least, when you talk about benching, it's all about power and data management. So let's take a look at the guts and where the magic happens, and that's with the channel of Confer. So now let's truly take a look at what makes Confer Confer from a power and data standpoint. Underneath here is the channel itself. As we talked about, it has a nice reveal so that all your power and data cords from the top of the surface can fall gracefully to where the power is actually held. From an IT perspective, from an install and also just a management standpoint, we have a nice fold down door that stays attached to the channel. That way that team has all the access to all your communication cables from the top into the channel itself. All your power and data is housed here, which keeps everything nice and clean. You have very little plugs on the floor, so you don't have any accidental unplugs. The big silver bullet with Confer comes down to the channel in that it ships to you 100% complete. That means the top, the bottom, the mid supports, the door, all come complete and set up. You don't have a massive bag of hardware that you're gonna have with any other benching solution out on the market, which means you can get up and running faster, reconfigurations easier, and again, it's just a whole lot of easy. Now, why don't we go upstairs? I have one more design layout that I want to show you that shows a couple more unique applications. Come with me. As you see, this Confer setup over here to my left is very different from what we saw downstairs. Basically, when you hear the word bench or benching, you think of a giant table, okay? And as we saw downstairs, we can definitely do that with Confer, but one of the things that we wanted to build in with the Confer product is the ability to break in offset visuals. And what I mean by that is, oftentimes in a benching scenario, you're staring at the person directly across from you. Again, like we talked about, that can be very visually distracting. So with an offset visual, basically you're turning where you're working just a little askew from the person across from you. So again, your visual distractions are minimized. We have two ways we can do that with Confer. Up here, as you see, we have extended corner height adjustable surfaces so that you're not sitting all day. The other way we can accomplish that is by actually having a surface coming off perpendicular to the channel, creating more of an L shape. This has a smaller square footage than you would in a panel scenario, saving on the overall footprint of the office layout. The other thing on display here is the version of screen that's actually attached to the height adjustable surface. The great advantage of this is that when the surface is actually on the rise or down, the privacy moves with you. Also on display here is you actually see the side screens, again creating that division of space from side to side to again add more of that privacy if you need a little bit more heads down work. From what we saw downstairs, this layout's very different in the fact that the end panels and mid support panels are the smallest version that we offer. Compared to downstairs where they were very large and had that division of space, this actually creates more of a fence-like scenario. It's a little smaller, a little lighter scale, but again, all the magic still happens within the channel itself with all your power and data access and housing. Confer is that ultra flexible benching platform. It's easy, simple, expandable, and has all your power and data needs for a true 8 to 5 workday.